So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're actually going to revisit one of the weapons that I did a quick look for fairly recently, and it is the Quassus Warframe. Now the reason for this is that the unique mechanic for the Quassus, where it throws out knives or daggers every time you do a heavy attack, wasn't functioning properly. The issue there was that the daggers you throw out with a heavy attack weren't really affected by anything, so there wasn't an awful lot of ways to scale up the damage on them. And even though you could kind of invest into the heavy attack and make it somewhat decent, it was still a shame, because without the unique mechanic, well, it's just another pair of Warfans. A solid pair of Warfans, but just another pair of Warfans. But that has now been fixed, because the daggers are now affected by the mods you equip on the melee weapon. And that means that in terms of a build, you now actually have a choice. You can either focus on light attacks with the build that I showcased in the quick look video and just go for the light attack playstyle, or you can go with something like this and focus on heavy attacks instead. Now this will require more Forma, 3 to be more specific, where you add 3 Vs, or you can add Umbra Forma if you're mad. And you're gonna slap on Slicing Feathers for the stuns, then we're gonna go with Amalgam Organ Shatter for the crit damage and heavy attack wind-up speed, Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Steel for the damage and insane amount of crit chance. We're gonna follow that up with Spoiled Strike for even more generic damage scaling, and the negative attack speed isn't that big of a deal, especially if you're running this on a melee frame and you have Warcry on that frame. But then I actually ended up going with a Light Strike to make myself immortal while I'm heavy attacking, though if you want more damage, which you don't really need, you could go with the faction mod here instead. Then we have Gladiator Vice for the attack speed, which just makes it feel a lot better with the constant heavy attacks, but it also gives you the mini blood rush effect from the set bonus, which if you're running a melee frame, you're probably gonna have 2 more of these on your frame. Then we have Killing Blow for even more heavy attack damage, as well as heavy attack wind-up speed. This will cap our heavy attack wind-up speed at 0.2 seconds, and we're gonna top it off with Corrupt Charge so that we are always at 2 times combo multiplier, increasing our damage with the heavy attacks quite a bit. Now the damage on this is just kind of stupid. I originally wanted to do 2 tests, one without viral, so just the weapon on its own, and then one with viral, so I would have a companion with the Hellstrom proccing viral, but I never had to add the companion because the weapon just does way too much damage as it is. Like, as long as you hit the enemy with like 2 blades on a body shot, it doesn't really matter what faction, enemy type or level they are, they're just gonna bleed out. And more often than not, all you really need is just a single blade clipping them. And man, if you're a bit attentive and you actually land a headshot, I mean, look at this. Boop, dead. Now, I've seen some people say that, this is the slash-based Redeemer or slash-based Stropha, but that's not quite the case, because while the damage might be there and it scales better because, well, slash procs are insane, it definitely doesn't feel as good because your frame takes a step every time you do a heavy attack, and it makes it really difficult to hit things that are close to you. Plus, it's also damage over time, not upfront Jesus damage like it is with the Redeemer or the Stropha, so that also makes it feel less, like, explodey. Though with that said, the knives do actually do a decent amount of damage, so if you're doing something lower level, most of the enemies are just gonna get one-shot by simply being hit by the knives. So while I personally wouldn't take it over something like the Redeemer or Stropha, it is definitely something you can do, you can try out, and who knows, maybe you will really like it. And that is pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.